Hello folks and welcome back to the Shack. This is Joe N2DI coming to you today with the amazing Yaesu FTDX10 and the transmit audio EQ settings that no one on YouTube seems to explain. I just released a video on how to set up the FTDX10 to cut through pileups, which is great for DXing or contesting. But what about folks who just want to rag chew? Or maybe do a mix of contesting and rag chewing? Well, I'm not about to leave any of my ham family out in the cold. I want to thank one of my subscribers, Jay, for suggesting this video. Jay, I hope you don't mind me using your name here, but you should get credit. Today I'm going to do what no ham tuber seems to do and explain how to set up your rig for rag chewing with the stock mic that comes with the Yaesu FTDX10. Now you should stick around to the end because if you're like me and you do a mix of rag chewing and contesting, then I'll show you how to quickly switch your settings between pileups and rag chewing. Does that sound like something you'd like to do? Well then let's get started. Again, I'm going to split this video tutorial up for the two types of hams. The impatient hams and the curious hams. I'll show each of you the settings you need to change followed by an explanation. If you just want the settings, then skip over the explanation part. The important thing to know before we get started is these settings will only work with the stock mic that comes with the Yaesu FTDX10. Every mic is different, so the EQ settings will be different. But, and this is a big but, if you're not using the stock mic, then your numbers may be different, but the process we use here will be exactly the same. So not am I only giving you a fish here, I'm also teaching you how to fish at the same time. Alright control freaks, let's take control. Just like my last video, we're going to start by isolating your audio and setting our baseline settings. So step 1, let's not cause any interference. Disconnect your antenna and attach a dummy load. I'm going to be using this one. Now once you attach your dummy load, you're going to want to turn your power down so you're not blasting the dummy load for no reason. I'm going to turn the power down to 5 watts. Now for step 2, you're going to need to hear what you're doing. So you're going to need a set of headphones. Over-the-ear headphones work best, but use what you have. You want to be able to isolate your voice so you hear what's coming out of your radio, not what's coming out of your mouth. I'm going to use these headphones that I got from Amazon. I'll include a link in the description below if anybody's interested. So take your headphones and plug them into the phone jack. Now in this next step, you're going to want to enable the monitor level function and turn it up to a level that's comfortable for you. I'm going to set mine to about 50. Now in this last step in this section, we're going to want to go to radio settings, mode SSB, and scroll down to find this TX BPF SEL. This is your transmit bandpass filter selection. Here for pileups, we had set this to 300 to 2700 Hz, which is a bit narrow. For rag chewing, we're going to widen this so your voice sounds a little bit better. Now you could set this to 100 to 2900 Hz or 2 to 2800 Hz. I'm going to set it 2 to 2800 Hz. But use what sounds best for your voice. This setting is the width of your audio spectrum that your voice is going to take up. Now for pileups, you want as much of a boost as possible, so we tighten this up. But for rag chewing, you want your voice to sound more pleasant, like a broadcast DJ or something like that. So that's the purpose for widening this, to increase your fidelity. Now don't worry about going too wide here because when you're using sideband, you can take up to 3 kHz. Even if you set your bandwidth to 100-2900 Hz, you still have 100 Hz on either side of your voice. Now the transmit audio bandpass filter, as they say, is not a brick wall, meaning it's not going to chop off the sides of your signal like a cookie cutter through dough or something like that. But those are the frequencies where it's going to begin to roll off. Now by the time you're 100 Hz on either side of your bandpass filter, your signal should be attenuated enough. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next part where we set our gain levels. In this part, we're going to set your gain level so the EQ can do its job. Now the FTDX10 handles gain levels differently depending on whether your speech processor is engaged or not. We're only going to set this for when your speech processor is not engaged, because you normally turn that on for pileups. But for rag chewing, you can leave that off. Now if you follow my previous video, then you can skip this part because we've already set it up. But if you haven't seen my previous video, this is how you do it. First part here, we're going to want to set the processor level to off. Right now it's set to 15. We're going to set that to off. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is set your AMC level and your mic gain. Now your mic gain is pretty self-explanatory, but the AMC level is something completely different. What it does is it tries to limit your signal if you get too loud. But if you don't set this high enough, it'll start to attenuate your signal at lower levels. So by default, I think it comes set to 50. I'm going to set mine to 70. But you definitely don't want to set this to 100 because you'll completely disable the safety and you could overdrive and spatter. Next, you have to set your mic gain to something that works for your voice. For me, I'm going to set it to 38. And to test to see if you got these levels right, you're going to have to tap the meter and switch it to ALC. Now, what we want to keep an eye on here is the ALC meter, that bottom line. The important thing here is to set the gain in the AMC level so that when you speak normally into your microphone, the needle should just stop right where that split switches from white to blue. I'm going to key the mic and talk into it. We're going to watch the ALC meter, and we only want this needle to peak right where the white turns over to blue. Aloha, aloha, testing 1, 2. Okay, so that's good. Okay, now in this part, we're going to set up the EQ. Now remember, we're going to change the EQ settings for when your processor is off. In my previous video, you saw me set the P parametric EQ settings. Now we're just going to set the parametric EQ settings. Okay, so now we're going to go into the menu and then go to operation settings. And then TX audio. And look for a parametric EQ. Here we go. Now we're going to start at parametric EQ 1, which is your lows. We're going to set this frequency to 300. For the level of the boost, we're going to max it out at 10. For the bandwidth, we're going to leave this set at 10. Now let me just explain the bandwidth because this is kind of important. The bandwidth function here is kind of counterintuitive. The larger the number, the narrower the spectrum swath that you're going to impact around this center frequency will be. So 10 affects a tiny sliver, whereas 1 would affect a large swath of the spectrum around that center frequency. So our center frequency here on the lows that we're impacting is 300 hertz. We're boosting the level to max, and we're setting the bandwidth to 10. So that's going to be a very narrow boost at 300 hertz. Now this is going to add warmth or richness to your voice. Now the next setting is going to affect your mids, EQ2. Now this is a very important one, and you're not going to want to deviate from this frequency. It seems that the stock mic has a frequency cut around 1300 hertz. So we have to boost the EQ there to make up for the cut in the mic. So we're going to boost this level again to 10. And for the bandwidth, we're going to set this to 2. It'll be a wider boost. Now for the highs, EQ3, we're going to want to set this frequency to around 2600 hertz. Now why 2600 hertz? Well, we've opened up our transmit bandpass filter to be a little bit wider now. So we're going to want to take advantage of that and boost the highs. So again, we're going to boost it to max. But the bandwidth is going to be much broader here. We're going to set this to 1. Because we're going to want to try to hit all of our highs to boost the fidelity of our voice. Now, the important thing here to remember is that we set our bandpass filter such that the bottom frequency that it's cutting off at is 200 hertz and the top is 2800 hertz. So you don't want to set anything lower than 200. And in fact, that frequency down there will kind of make your voice sound muddy. So I would only do a narrow boost around 300, maybe a little bit higher, 350, 400 hertz. Try whatever sounds best for your voice. I find that 300 hertz seems to work pretty well for a lot of folks. Again, the mids you want to keep at 1300 because of that cut that the mic seems to have around there. And for your highs, around 2600 hertz, there's no point in going too high, again, because our bandpass filters start rolling things off at 2800 hertz. And this is going to be a wide boost. So it's going to be boosting you all the way up to 2800 hertz anyway. Now remember, if you're using a different mic, these settings will be different, but the process that we're going through here will be exactly the same. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's back out and get back to the main menu. And here you're going to have to do something that's extremely important. You're going to want to scroll over to MIC EQ. And you're going to want to switch that on. Otherwise, the settings that we just set are not going to be applied. Okay, so that's very important. Okay, now next I'll show you how to listen to yourself to see if these settings are working for you or not. Listening live through the monitor function is helpful for rough tuning, but hearing a true recording of your transmit audio is the only way you're going to know exactly how you sound. Now, I find the easiest way to do this on the Yaesu FTDX10 is to use the built-in record function. Now, in order to do this, you need to have a formatted SD card in your radio, because that's where it's going to save the audio. Now, by default, when you hit the record button, you're only going to record your receive audio. But if you have the monitor function enabled, it'll record your transmit as well. So once you have all your settings set, go into the menu and look for the record function right here. Now make sure that you're still attached to your dummy load And then what you should do is hit the record button, key the mic, and talk. Now that should go something like this. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 2 Delta India calling CQ. And then we hit stop. Now to listen to that recording, we just hit the play button. And here you'll see a list of all the recordings. Now to play it back, all you have to do is select the recording and hit the play button. I'm going to disconnect the headphones and move my boom mic. So we'll see if you can hear it.
CQ, CQ, CQ. This is November 2 Delta India calling CQ.
So hopefully you could hear that. Now when you record and play back like this, you'll hear exactly how the DSP is shaping your voice. So this is the best way to get feedback on all those settings that we just set. Now everybody's voice is different, so you might want to go in and tweak some of those settings. You can play around with the frequencies, the width of the boost, the amount of the boost, and so on. I wouldn't really touch that 1300 hertz frequency that much, but maybe you could play with the lows and the highs a bit. Okay, so that's how you would do it. Okay, so this is that bonus section that I promised you to show you how you could switch between rag chewing and pileups. So the setting that we have set now is for rag chewing. Now, let's say some rare DX is activating, I don't know, Bouvet or something. Now you want to switch back to your settings to cut through pileups. So there's two things that you're going to have to change. One, go into radio settings and set your bandpass filter, your transmit bandpass filter to 300 to 2700 hertz. And then go back and turn the processor on and set that back to whatever your level was. Now you're ready to go for DXing. Now you're done DXing and you want to go back to rag chewing. So we're going to turn the processor off, go back into radio settings, and set your transmit bandpass filter back to 228. And then you're back to rag chewing. Okay, folks, so that's how you set up the amazing Yaesu FTDX10 for rag chewing. If you find my videos helpful, then please consider liking and subscribing. That'll help other hams find my videos. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. So from the Shack of Joe, November 2 Delta India, I wish you all good health and 73. Bye-bye.